It does not seem to matter that Patricia Simon and Abigail Grady are more than 50 years apart in age.
Their friendship has been built across the miles based on a challenge they have in common. And they are such good pals, they've written a story together. The email that came from Patricia Simon to our newsroom simply said this: "Dear News Center team, I live in Chicago and developed a wonderful friendship with Abigail Grady, who lives in Standish, Maine. I'm 60 and she is 9 years old. Both Abigail and myself were born with a cleft lip and palate. We wanted to write a children's book about the impact of wearing masks. It is an unlikely connection, one that blossomed in a rather improbable way."
So it was about the beginning of first grade. I had to do a timeline of my life, and I really didn't want to do it.
Abigail Grady was born with a cleft lip. 2 years ago, when her first grade teacher asked her to create that timeline, Abby wanted to leave out the earliest months of her life when she'd had surgery to correct her condition. She didn't know how to create a timeline that could help her classmates understand why she'd had that operation.
So my mom reached out onto Facebook and asked people how to help your kids understand and how to explain it to your children. And then someone commented on her post, which was her. And then she reached out. A couple of days later, my mom called her and we were talking for like an hour.
Their connection was immediate. Seems these two new friends had plenty to talk about on FaceTime.
And you will show me how to do things. Like, I don't know how to do the effects, and so we'll do funny little filters. Oh.
You showed her how to do filters.
Yeah, and so we'll do different filters, and then we do tongue twisters, right? Like
Sally sold, she sells by the seashore.
Yeah, and we tell jokes, right? And so we've just developed this great friendship over the years. Facebook brought us together even though we're far apart. So it was really quite incredible, actually.
What was it like for you, Abigail, to have a friend who's a little bit older than you are and has gone through life with the same cleft palate that you have, and she has figured out how to make people aware of what it means? Did that help you?
It helped me understand what a cleft lip was and how to explain it.
And do you have to do that sometimes with your friends?
Yes.
And what do you tell them?
I told them I was born this way.
To raise awareness about craniofacial issues, Patricia has written a series of children's books based around the character of Simon, a bird born with a gap in his beak.
1 led to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. But the whole theme throughout these books are about acceptance and kindness and just being who we are. What do we call our scar?
Our badge of courage.
Our badge of courage.
Patricia has created these books with messages that are universal.
It's not just specific to kids born with a cleft lip or palate or any other craniofacial issue. The message is really, we are all beautiful, we are all different, and that's what makes everything exciting in this world. It would be really boring,
if we're all the same.
If we're all the same. And so I wanted to write a book about Simon and Patty going to camp. And so I said to Abigail, Abigail, I want to put you in the book as Patty's friend. And I said to Abigail, would it be okay if I put you in the book as Patty's friend? And there was a long pause.
And what did you say to her?
Can I be your little sister?
Oh my gosh, what? Filled with tears. I mean, so you are in the book as my sister.
Patty self-publishes these books and distributes them where they can most help.
It's really to get the books out there to craniofacial clinics and to parents and kids so that they can read these books, knowing that it's okay Everything will be okay. Growing up, there were no books for me.
The latest book in the Simon series, Simon Says Mask On, Mask Off, tackles the topic of mask wearing and is a collaboration between these two friends. Mask wearing has divided people and been even more challenging for kids like Abigail.
I didn't like it, but I had a surgery this April and I wanted my mask on because I was afraid what other kids would say to me. So I did not want to take my mask up out in public.
And when the time came for you to take your mask off, was that hard?
Yeah.
Well, look at you. You're sitting here on television with your mask off with that beautiful smile. How did you find that courage to do it, sweetie?
People tell me that it would be okay and that they wouldn't make fun of me because people knew what I've been through.
And did that help?
Yeah.
Patricia and Abigail finally met in person this past June, and our conversation took place during Patty's second visit to Maine. They are already planning future collaborations.
Meeting Abigail has changed my life so much.
You got a big sister out of the deal, didn't you?
And I got a little sister.
Now, Patricia brought boxes of the new book with her on this visit so that Abigail could sign them, and after they talked with me, they went to Abby's old school for a reading of Simon Says Mask On, Mask Off. Abby and Patricia planned to write more stories together.
And we have more information about the Simon Says series and about support for facial differences in the 207 section of our News Center Maine website and app. What a charming story.